The NBA is no stranger to drama, but few stories have captured the imagination of fans like the ongoing saga surrounding Jonathan Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors. As the offseason stretches on, the Warriors find themselves at a crossroads, balancing their desire to retain one of the most promising young talents in the league with the opportunity to extract maximum value from a potential trade. Kuminga, a player whose athleticism and versatility have turned heads since his draft, remains a restricted free agent, and the intricacies of his contract negotiations have set the stage for a chess match that could redefine the trajectories of multiple franchises. Golden State has shown signs of dissuading potential suitors, reflecting a desire not only to retain him but also to control the timing and financial terms of any eventual deal. At the same time, the Sacramento Kings have emerged as the most serious suitor, maintaining hope that Kuminga could become the cornerstone of their franchise. While other teams like the Chicago Bulls, New Orleans Pelicans, and Phoenix Suns have expressed interest, their lack of financial flexibility or the requisite trade assets has kept them on the sidelines, leaving the Kings to lead what could become a defining negotiation for the Warriors' offseason strategy. Jonathan Kuminga's rise has been both meteoric and instructive, showcasing a blend of raw talent, athleticism, and potential that any NBA franchise would covet. From his early days as a highly touted high school prospect to being drafted by the Warriors, Kuminga has demonstrated flashes of brilliance that hint at a future star. His scoring versatility, defensive presence, and ability to adapt to multiple positions make him a unique asset. However, like many young players, consistency has been a challenge, and his value on the open market has fluctuated as a result. For Golden State, the calculus is complex. Trading Kuminga could yield immediate roster upgrades or draft assets, but retaining him secures a young, high-upside player for the long-term championship window. This tension underpins every negotiation and fuels speculation across media outlets and social platforms, highlighting the delicate balance between short-term success and long-term potential that defines modern NBA front office strategy. From the Warriors' perspective, controlling the narrative and maximizing value is paramount. Early off-season discussions with potential suitors, including sign-and-trade scenarios, revealed the complexities of matching salaries and navigating the base-year compensation rules. Names like Moses Moody and Buddy Hield surfaced as potential trade components, yet the Warriors' reluctance to part with key contributors underscores a strategy that prioritizes leverage. The team's overarching goal is to ensure that any trade, if it occurs, provides assets commensurate with Kuminga's talent and potential, whether that be a mix of young players, draft picks, or a combine. Meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings have positioned themselves as the leading candidate to acquire Kuminga, signaling a willingness to build around young, dynamic talent. The Kings' interest is not fleeting. It reflects a strategic commitment to securing a player who could be central to their future success. Reported trade packages have included combinations such as Dario Saric, Devin Carter, and 2 second-round picks, or Malik Monk paired with a protected first-round pick. While these offers have not yet met Golden State's threshold, the very fact that the Kings have resisted other moves all summer illustrates the priority they place on Kuminga, highlighting both their ambition and their belief in his potential impact. For Golden State, this persistent interest is encouraging. It suggests that if Kuminga can enhance his trade value next season, the Warriors could leverage a blockbuster return that reshapes their roster and financial flexibility. The narrative around Kuminga extends beyond transactional logistics into the realm of analytics and on-court fit. Advanced metrics, including player efficiency rating, defensive ratings, and plus-minus evaluations, underscore both his contributions and areas for growth. When juxtaposed against potential trade acquisitions or remaining with Golden State, these statistics illuminate how his presence could influence lineups, spacing, and overall team performance. In the context of the Warriors' current roster, which features established stars like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, integrating or trading Kuminga requires a nuanced understanding of chemistry, style of play, and positional needs. Meanwhile, the Kings' young core offers a fertile environment for his development, allowing him to potentially take on a more central role while contributing to a team with an upward trajectory. media coverage and fan engagement have added layers of intensity to the Kuminga trade story. Social media channels, fan forums, and outlets such as Blue Man Hoop and The Athletic have chronicled every negotiation rumor, providing both analysis and speculation. Experts weigh in on the implications, examining the pros and cons of trading or retaining the young forward, and projecting potential outcomes for both franchises. Fan sentiment ranges from excitement to concern, reflecting the emotional stakes of such a high-profile player decision. In this environment, Golden State's front office must navigate not only the practical realities of contracts and assets, but also the narrative surrounding player value, perception, and long-term franchise identity. As the trade saga continues, what remains clear is that Jonathan Kuminga occupies a pivotal space in the NBA landscape. The Warriors' strategy, Sacramento's persistence, and the broader league dynamics converge around a single question: what is the optimal path for a player of such high upside? If Kuminga can improve his performance and maintain health, his trade value could reach Golden State Warriors, a dynasty that defined basketball for an entire decade. 4 championships, 2 MVPs for Steph Curry, and a style of play that changed the NBA forever. But every dynasty faces its crossroads. For Golden State, that crossroads today comes in the form of one young man, Jonathan Kuminga. Drafted 7th overall in 2021, Kuminga was supposed to be the bridge between the Warriors' legendary core and their future. Explosive, athletic, raw but full of promise. Now, just 4 years later, he stands at the center of a contract standoff that could reshape the franchise's future. The Warriors offered him a 2-year, $45 million deal. But he said no. Why? What does this mean for Golden State, and for Kuminga himself? Tonight, we dive deep into the numbers, the history, the tension, and the future of a dynasty. Jonathan Kuminga's journey starts in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Born in 2002, he moved to the United States as a teenager to pursue basketball. By high school, scouts already saw him as a future NBA lottery pick. Ranked as a 5-star recruit, Kuminga skipped college to play in the G League Ignite program in 2020, showing flashes of dominance. In the 2021 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors selected him with the 7th pick. This was the same draft that gave the Warriors Moses Moody at 14. Kuminga's athleticism was off the charts, 6'7", 225 pounds, with a 7-foot wingspan. He was built for modern basketball, long, strong, and versatile. Rookie season, 2021-22. Played 70 games, started 12. Averaged 9.3 points and 3.3 rebounds in just 16 minutes per game. Shot 51% from the field. Showed flashes of brilliance, including a 26-point performance against the Raptors. He even played a role in the Warriors' championship run that year. In the playoffs, though minutes were inconsistent, he had moments where his energy shifted games. At just 19 years old, he became one of the youngest champions in NBA history. Sophomore season, 2022-23. Bigger role, more responsibility. Averaged 9.9 points, 3.4 rebounds, and improved defense. Shot 37% from 3, showing promise as a shooter. Yet tension began to build. Despite his progress, head coach Steve Kerr often benched him in critical games. In the 2023 playoffs, Kuminga's minutes disappeared. After the Lakers series, he was frustrated. Reports emerged that he was questioning his role on the team. 3rd season, 2023-24. This was his breakout. Averaged 16.1 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.2 assists in 74 games. Shot 52% from the field, 33% from 3. Had a 10-game stretch in January where he averaged 25 points per game. At 21, Kuminga had arrived. Fans saw him as the Warriors' most athletic player since prime Andre Iguodala. But the Warriors were in trouble. Klay Thompson was declining, Draymond Green was aging, and Steph Curry was shouldering too much of the load. Kuminga looked like the future, but also like AP. Fast forward to this summer. Jonathan Kuminga became a restricted free agent. The Warriors offered him a 2-year, $45 million contract with a team option for the 2026-27 season. On paper, that sounds fair. $22.5 million per year for a player with just one full breakout season. But the key word here is team option. A team option means the Warriors control his future. They decide if he stays or goes. Kuminga wants a player option, which would allow him to choose. Why does that matter? Because in the NBA, control is everything. Players like LeBron James and Kevin Durant always structure contracts with player options. It's about freedom, not just money. Kuminga doesn't want to be locked into a deal where the Warriors can trade him at will. He wants respect as a young star, not as a role player. So, what are his choices? Sign the $45 million extension. Reject it and play on the $7.9 million qualifying offer. Bet on himself, become an unrestricted free agent in 2026. It's a massive gamble. But Kuminga seems ready to take it. Let's talk about Golden State's situation. The Warriors have the most expensive roster in the NBA. Last season, their payroll plus luxury tax penalties reached nearly $400 million, the highest in league history. Steph Curry, $55 million per year. Andrew Wiggins, $26 million.
Shams reported that the Warriors
Draymond
deliberately
Green,
avoided going
$25
all in
million.
on a big trade because they are
Chris
balancing
Paul,
two
$30 million
timelines, trying to
before
remain
buyout.
competitive with Curry
And
while
now
also
they're being
protecting
asked
their
to commit
future
another
with Kuminga,
$45
Moses
million
Moody,
to
and Brandon
Kuminga.
Podziemski.
The new NBA collective
According to
bargaining
Shams,
agreement
the decision
punishes
not
teams
to move
that
Kuminga
overspend.
was unanimous
It
across the front
includes the
office.
dreaded second
He
apron,
explained that several
which
teams
removes
inquired about
flexibility,
him,
no
but Golden
mid-level
State
exception,
shut down every
no
offer,
aggregation
believing
in trades,
Kuminga's
no
upside is
buyouts.
far too valuable.
The Warriors are already at
Shams
risk of
also
crossing
pointed
it.
out that the Warriors'
So,
smaller
the
moves
team
were
option
calculated.
wasn't just about control.
Adding that
It was
Anthony
about
Melton
financial
gives them a
survival.
defensive guard who
If they
fits
give
perfectly
Kuminga
in
a player
Steve Kerr's
option,
system.
they lose leverage.
Their interest in
If they
veterans
overpay
like Al
him and he
Horford
doesn't
reflects an
become a star,
understanding
they're
of their
trapped.
frontcourt weakness.
It's a tough balance.
It's not
Do
flashy,
you risk the
but it's
dynasty's
smart,
flexibility
Shams
to
said.
bet on a 22-year-old?
This front office isn't chasing a headline.
What if he accepts
They're
the
trying to stay
qualifying
steady,
offer?
knowing Steph
If
Curry
Kuminga
can still
rejects the
anchor a
deal
playoff
and takes
run
the
if the roster is
$7.9
balanced
million
around him.
qualifying offer,
In the end,
he sets
Stephen
himself
A.
up for unrestricted free agency
and
in
Shams painted
2026.
two different pictures,
But
one
here's
full
the
of
catch.
doubt and urgency,
That would
the
destroy
other
Golden
pragmatic and
State's trade
strategic.
leverage. Why?
Stephen A. believes
Because
the
no
Warriors
team will
wasted
give up
another year
valuable
of Steph's
assets for a
prime by
player
being
on a
too
one-year
passive.
rental, unless they believe
Shams
they can win a
believes they played the
championship
long
immediately.
game, preserving
Think
Kuminga
Kawhi
as the
Leonard to
face
the
of the
Raptors
future
in
while patching the
2018,
current roster with
rare
solid role
situations.
players.
So if
And that
Kuminga plays out
contrast,
the year,
between
the
the
Warriors
emotional
might lose
urgency
him for
of
nothing.
television and the calm
That's the
realism of
nightmare
insider
scenario.
reporting, is
And let's
exactly
be
how the
honest,
NBA
if
world
Kuminga
views
feels
Golden State right
disrespected,
now.
why
a team
would he
stuck between
re-sign
the
with
dynasty
Golden
they
State
once were
in
and the uncertain
2026?
path of what comes next.
Trade rumors and possibilities.
When asked about the Golden State
So,
Warriors
what about a
offseason,
trade?
Stephen Curry
Reports
gave a
say the
response
Warriors
that
are not
perfectly
actively
reflected who
shopping
he
him.
is, honest,
But if things don't
competitive,
change by the
but still
February trade
optimistic.
deadline, anything is
Curry
possible.
knows better than anyone that his
Potential
championship
destiny.
window is not wide open forever, and every summer matters. In an interview with Bay Area reporters during his off-season training camp, Curry admitted he had mixed emotions. On one hand, he praised the front office for refusing to part ways with Jonathan Kuminga. "That was huge," Curry said. "I've seen the work JK has put in, I've seen the leaps he's made, and I know he can be special for us. The fact that the organization is committed to him tells me we're not just thinking about this year, we're thinking about the future too. I want him here, and I want to see him grow into that next star." Curry also gave his thoughts on the arrival of DeAnthony Melton, calling him a perfect fit for what we do. He explained that Melton's defensive energy and ability to play off the ball would make life easier for him on both ends of the floor. "When you're going up against guys like Jamal Murray, Anthony Edwards, and Ja Morant in the West, you need guards who can defend, who can fight through screens, who aren't afraid of the moment. Melton is that guy." On the rumors linking Golden State to Al Horford, Curry smiled and acknowledged that veteran leadership is always